What is up, you guys? I have a brand new concept video, and it is on Wave 2 of the Five Nights at Freddy's Sanshee plushies. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because there is some new FNaF news that Sanshee might actually get their FNaF license back. As you can see in this picture, the copyright date for Sanshee's FNaF license has been updated from 2015 to 2020. And why else would this happen if Scott wasn't giving the license back? And another thing is that their product for the celebration poster was updated with a new image, and this is the highest quality render we've ever gotten from Scott Cawthon. I mean, just friggin' look at Freddy. That's, like, incredible. I'm a big guy for 3D animation, and I just love getting HD renders like this, so this was also exciting for me, too. And, yeah, so I don't want to say get your hopes up, but you probably should. I mean, Sanshee is one of the top contenders for FNaF merchandise. They were one of the first people to ever make FNaF plushies, FNaF merch, anything at all. And I really do want Sanshee back, and I hope you guys do too, and that's the main reason I'm making this video. So, without further ado, let's get right into the Sanshee Withered plushies. The first concept is of Withered Freddy. For Withered Freddy, I used the Sanshee Freddy plush as a base, and the first thing I did was make him a little darker. Then I shaped up his cheeks a bit because Withered Freddy his cheeks don't pop out as much. I gave him some withering on the leg with some wires poking out. I also gave him some withering on his arm. I took away his freckles, I gave him 2 buttons, I put some withering on his other leg, and I put the white dots in his eyes that all the Withereds have. And that is all I did for Withered Freddy. Next up is Withered Bonnie. For Withered Bonnie, I got the clone stamp tool and I just covered his face up so there was no snout and no eyes. Then I made that dark gray. I put the black dots that it's like kind of like a border around the withering on his face, and then I put a bunch of wires hanging down. I then got a darker shade of gray with the black and white tool, and I made an endo outline. Then I got the Golden Freddy's eyes, and I put them in there, and I made the pupils red. Then I gave him the 2 buttons. I took away his left arm and put some wires there. I gave him some withering on his legs, and that is all I did for Withered Bonnie. Next up is Withered Chica. The first thing I did for Withered Chica is I used the Sanshee Chica plush as a base, and I got rid of the cupcake, and I basically just filled in all the parts that the cupcake covered. Then I got the top half of Chica's head, and I just elevated up a bit, and then I put an endo in there, and I put some wires in there for support. I dirtied up her bib a bit. I gave her some withering on her arms and legs. I, of course, gave her the missing arms with a bunch of wires sticking out. I gave her some chicken feet with the white toes. I also gave her the white dots in her eyes. I shaped up her head a bit, and I put some black around her eyes as well. And I also repositioned the 3 feathers on her head. Next up is Withered Foxy. The first thing I did for Withered Foxy is I transformed his 2 tufts of fur into 1 tuft of fur, because that's how Withered Foxy's head is shaped. I also gave him some of Funko's nightmare teeth, because Withered Foxy does have a lot of sharp teeth in his mouth. I put the white dot in his eye. I gave him the gray ear. I also put gray on his feet and paws. I also gave him a hook. I gave him the brown pants. I gave him some withering on his legs and all throughout his body. I took away his eyebrows, and I also reshaped the tufts of fur on his head. And that is all I did for Withered Foxy. The next plush is of Withered Golden Freddy, or just Golden Freddy, and I used the Sanshee Golden Freddy plush as a base. I gave him the red and gray wires sticking out on his feet, and I also gave him some withering behind those on his left leg. I gave him the 2 buttons. I gave him the 2 wires that are kind of sticking out of his arm. I gave him a small withering on his left arm. I put the wires in his right ear. I took away his left ear and put wires in place of that. I also reshaped his head just like Withered Freddy, and I took away his freckles. And that is all I did for Withered Golden Freddy. The next plush is of Shadow Freddy, or Withered Shadow Freddy, whatever you want to call him. And I kind of just made this because of, you know, why not? It's just a simple color swap with Golden Freddy. And yeah, the only change I made is that I put the white pupils in his eyes. I also made Shadow Bonnie. I didn't really want to include him in this video because he's not really withered, but a lot of people wanted him in the first withered concepts I made on the Funko plushies, so I thought, why not, I'll just make him. He's really just the Sanshee Bonnie plush, but turned to black. I gave him some teeth, and I also gave him eyes looking the other way, because that's how Sanshee likes to do their Golden Freddy eyes. And yeah, that's Shadow Bonnie. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please like, share, and subscribe. And before you go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Wild Child on Instagram. She made me this great new channel art that I just adore. I used it for my profile picture, my YouTube banner. I am also using it on Discord. If you didn't know, I do have a Discord, and I do give some sneak peeks on videos. I go in voice chat sometimes, and I like to just give feedback to all of you. And yeah, if you want to join, the invite is in my description, always has been. And yeah, feel free to just check out the server if you want. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and goodbye.